It's happening organically. It's the most wondrous thing right now for me because it just it has confidence. How I'm living right now is confidently and being true to myself, and I'm very much not concerned about what other people are saying about me. I lost that, and I'm so grateful for that. So definitely, I learn a lot about myself through other people. So it's a lot of learning about what makes other people or gets other people to the next stage, and that information I always reverted back to myself. I always related back to me as to how it is that I can get to the stage where they at, where I can live truly and authentically for myself. So it's a lot of investing time to read articles, to watch your favorite stuff, favorite people's, just knowing what interests you and sticking to that and running after that and investing time into the things that you care about. And a lot of the time, the things that you take interest in are the things that allow for your whole process to unfold. So it's been a lot of reading and watching and observing and just being aware of my environment and myself. When I walk down the street, and I'll be so self-contained and so self-assured and just be in my own zone of just, okay, I'm doing what I'm doing and I'm doing me best, and then somebody will be so touched by that. It will move them, and not in a good way, to a point where they have to throw out comments at me, and then they just bounce off me only to go back to them like a boomerang, because I feel like somebody who knows themselves wouldn't be bothered as to how another person lives their life. And if you're having trouble with that and just disassociating yourself and just keeping to your own peace, because if it is that I was disturbing, then just look away like a person would be if you see a corpse. You usually just, because you want to keep your peace. But when you want to cause confusion for somebody else, and that's when you start yelling and you get insults, and I get insults hurled at me, then I know definitely that that person's not in touch with themselves. They're not aware of that. Their true nature is peace and being whole, because otherwise they just stick to that. They just stick to their peace and be whole, and if I am disturbing, look away. Recently, I think it's about a year ago, when I actually was learning more about being a non-conformative person, particularly concerning gender. I'd already always seen your Lenny Kravitz wearing heels, but there wasn't always a particular language. There was always like a headline to grab attention and not actually talk about the great idea and the great movement that existing without labels is. Like, it was just always about the celebrity doing this and trying to break rules, and the idea, there was no word, the words weren't there. So it's also an awakening for me, and I feel it's time. People should just let go, because it's gone. That bias is gone. Like, you're either gonna move on or you stay behind, and you don't want to stay behind because you're gonna die, boo. Like, it's just like, come on, move with the times and just be special. Live and be amazing. Like, embrace even the things that you don't know, because if you're gonna be only embracing the things that you know, then reason is not enough to explain most of what happens in the world. So you know that you're limited, and within that limitation of a brain and all the mechanisms and the systems and compartments you've built and all the other baggage you carry, and you just think that all of your reasoning is so amazing, then I don't know, I feel that's sad. If people don't embrace things that they don't know and don't have faith enough to be open to stuff that isn't always visible to them or their experience, then there's a problem. Because if you can't live like that, how do you live in the world and not even recognize the magnificence of the fact that there is a greater power than you? Black Lives Matter has been incredible, not just for me, just for everybody. It's the whole consciousness growing at such a rapid speed all around the world, not just as an idea, but also inside, that having to rearrange what you thought about yourself and learn that I actually matter, and tell yourself, talking to yourself and being aware that you do matter, feeling it as you say it, that's decolonization on a really incredible level. Because I feel like the one way we can change the world is just changing ourselves. Because if we change ourselves and change our spirits and what we believe about ourselves, then we can achieve anything. Because if you believe grand things about yourself, do you have limits? So I feel the movement has been liberating for me, and how it ties with Freedom Day is that it's concepts and ideas that are so massive that I can't wait to see what they do for all of humanity in the future. It's really exciting because there's a lot of momentum right now and a lot of energy, and it's quite a strong energy that even if you don't believe in it, when you see it, for sure you will be affected somehow.